Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be doing Alternate Future Part 6? I don't know. But I believe it is Part 6, and let's just get right into it. If the borders look like different again, it's because I had to redraw them once more. But I didn't lose all of the map, it was just a little bit. But let's just get right into it. So, right off the bat, you finally have, the red team declaring war on the green team because, well, tensions have been rising between these two, and same with the yellow team. So, this sort of is not so good for the red team, but good at the same time, because they are winning and losing at the same time. Because by doing this, now leads to the red team thinking, well, technically we're losing and winning because now the yellow team thinks that, oh, they're probably going to declare war on us, but if we don't declare war on them, then the yellow and the orange and the green team will declare war on us. But, so as a last ditch resort, they try to unite just to try to hold off the red team, and they put it close to their allies, so the allies can throw up some more troops, like that. And that is exactly what happened. Oh, wait, I forgot about something. I think I forgot. 1 second. Technical difficulties, I will be cutting this from the video. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I did find out that, Serbia ended up invading this. So, all of this land goes over to Serbia, and, there we go. Oopsies, that is my bad, I forgot about that one. You go ahead and now have the yellow team, now you have the red team declaring war. And actually, they struggle a lot with, moving in, because, you gotta remember, this is really mountainy, where they put their capital, so the Germans are gonna have some troubles, but, they pretty much just fly through Czechia and most of Slovakia. So you have, like, 90% of Czechia and most of Slovakia. But you have a even bigger invasion happening right here. But you go ahead and have the orange team, like, declaring war on the red team, and the orange team does quite well. And they go ahead and take out all of this. And don't worry, guys, I'm not going to make this where I just make these guys immediately collapse. I will be making the red team not so buffed as last series, because I realized, oh, wait, sorry, Switzerland is not back. Switzerland is still a part of Germany. We don't talk about that. But, yeah, so Germany is kind of winning, kind of losing. And now with this, you now finally have the yellow team even joining in on this. Wait, the yellow needs an invading color, so I'm going to go ahead make a dark yellow. There, this invading color will work. I'll go ahead and use this color. And they pretty much just take all of Moldova and the part of Ukraine, because there was still some, like, Ukrainian people that have sort of fallen over to the Russian side. You also have them taking the Belarusian and the Ukrainian part of this. But other than that, not much more falls over, except for a bigger invasion over here. But you do finally have these guys, the red team, Germany having to remove some troops from over here, but they don't really remove any troops from over here. They take a lot of troops from over here, so it looks like this, but they actually ended up moving it down here and put it over here and over there just to hold off. Like, they put the troops over there, but that invasion goes quite well for them, and they're just trying to reach there, like, to Romania, and Romania is trying to spearhead back out. They actually get really close, but not close enough because it does not work out. Well, it does, but just not yet, because they are quite close. They can hear each other's explosions. We finally have the Germans making one more push and getting even closer, that they can probably see each other. Because, yeah, they can probably see each other. And the troops right there are getting told to retreat, but those troops are being told that their generals are saying, no, don't do it. If you do, then, I don't know. But they're threatening them because the generals know that they're going to win this. Because, guess what? They just did. They pushed back the Germans and the Romanians. And the green team is doing really well for right now. And now you have another front opening on Romania. So Romania says, Germany, I can't really do the invasion of the green team right now. There's too many fronts for me to handle, and it's looking like the orange team's about to join also. Because guess what? They did. They did just join. And now that's Wait, the orange team was already... Oh my god, I'm sorry, I was spacing. The orange team is already part of the war, and that leads to another front, and a massive invasion with the orange team. If they still had Italy, they'd probably be doing better. They honestly probably, like this Italy, they'd probably already be up here. And they even offered, say, hey Italy, you want to come back to us? And Italy says, nope. And that's why Italy's not joining this, because Germany said, hey Italy, if you join this war, that technically just means that you'll be siding with them. They said, you're not wrong. So they go ahead and say, you know what? I'm not going to join this war. You have these guys pushing back some more, and these troops finally being kicked out. But that is pretty good for these guys because, like the Romania, because you have them pushing back into the Ukrainian land. And, oh, sorry. Sorry guys, I am still sick, so I still have a cracky voice, and yeah. So, you have a massive push over to Serbia, and a massive push down to, down here. I know the name, but if you guys seen my short, then you will probably know that I do not know all the countries in Africa. I barely know any countries in Africa. But you finally have a little bit of land coming back. Obviously, you probably have mass resistance over here in this area, because if you don't know, there's a little itty bitty country right there. So yeah, right now they are pretty confused what happened, because, well, guess what? Germany just found out that there's apparently a nuke that just dropped in Berlin, but it didn't explode. So no, I guess there is no nuke, but they go ahead and take that nuke, and they find out that it is Russia's. And they said, hey Russia, you want your nuke back? They said, yeah. And then they realized that that was a mistake, because seconds later, you have a, well, not seconds, but like an hour later, you have a nuke dropping on Moscow. And that gets them pretty angry. But that does lead the German army able to take back some land, to push back into Czechia. Push back into Czechia, right there, and try to push back into Slovakia. The push into Slovakia, the campaign of Slovakia, does not go so well. It's called the liberation of Slovakia. And they go ahead and say, okay, well, that ain't working, so let's go for a major city, and that is the Austrian capital. And they go ahead and spike down, try to take it, but the green team is on that and pushes it back. And a lot of campaigns that the Germans are doing, like the liberation of Slovakia, and the liberation of Austria, and they say, you know what? Let's try not naming it the liberation. Let's say, saving Hungary. You wanna know? That is the one successful campaign that they had. Like, really successful campaigning this war. Like, I am saying, this is one of the, like, what it would take two, and they couldn't even reach. They go ahead and have the Germans go ahead and reach the border. And that is really good. So they're like, As you can see, it starts getting really hard down here because of all the mountains. But that doesn't really stop the Germans, because the Germans feel really good, and they say, you know what, let's try to push into Slovakia. So I'm going to really zoom in on this, okay? It looks like this. You have very slow movement on this front. But let's go take a look back at this front. Really fast movement. And you have Germany going ahead and asking, what are you guys doing that are, that these guys aren't? They say, well, I'm commanding General that's down here said, I'm commanding the army on this front right here, and a little bit of the army right here, and well, the army right there. So the general, so they're like, it's not it's not what I'm doing. It's that there was army up here because, you know, we kept on attacking here, and then you go ahead and do a surprise invasion. But while this is happening, you go ahead and have that guy getting killed because they got cut off. And his last message to the king was #can't being invaded. And he snapped him that. But yeah. So you go ahead. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. You go ahead and have Hungary taking back some more land, but that campaign goes well, but not over here for Austria. But their main goal is to at least push the Germans and keep a front line. Wait, their front line goal is to at least keep the front line here, because you have their capital, their an important city, another important city, an important city, and an important city. This isn't the capital of Czechia. This isn't the capital of Slovakia. And this ain't the capital of Austria. I mean, not Austria, Hungary. The only past capital that is important is Hungary's, because they really fought for that. You do have an important city, and it's like down here. It looks like that. It's on the border of the orange team, so they're not really too scared about that because, well, you have these guys being like, oh, I can save that. So that's what they're doing. But yeah, you go ahead and have actually that working out exactly to plan for them. It actually looks something like this. Yeah, that important city did not really stand. But it didn't go as fast as for the Germans, because the Germans weren't taking out their troops. But they had to take out some troops to go ahead and push down here. Push down there. Like down here. But now you have the Hungary and the Slovakian and the Austria army and this a little bit of Slovenia army. They go ahead and kind of start to break up. So you have like itty bitty rebellions, but they're not actually rebellions. They're breakaways. And this is a ugly border. They're still part of the green team, but it's just that this is the part of Hungary that doesn't want to be in this unification. No. Okay, let me just quickly redraw that. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so this is the border. It looks like something just went something just puked on the map. You go ahead and quickly have a part. So they're sort of invading them, but you sort of just have them like saying, okay, well this border doesn't exist. So they slowly like just start wiping off the border and telling those people what benefits they have of this. And they said, we'll probably make it states. So they said, fine, we'll leave. And all my hard work goes away. So I'm going to go ahead and just... There. So, with that, you finally have the Germans being able to... Like, the troops that got out here, able to finally push out the Siberian. No, I don't know. What to call them? There we go. So you have a massive the coastal line part of Croatia being taken, and a really big part of these guys getting taken away. You have a very massive part of land because the orange team is also being invaded some more. And their main goal is just to get to these guys, and it does go pretty well for them, sort of. Not really, I don't know. But this is actually like where the troops are. Like, I'm not gonna be coloring this in. This is actually how the troops traveled. So the troops that are being sent here has to go. So you have to take that route, because they literally just found the part that of these countries that have no army. So that immediately sends those guys out, because definitely wasn't going to last. But you finally have some movement of the Turkish into Greece, and this is where it starts going good for the red team again. I know I've said that like so many times, but this is actually really good for the red team, because you finally have some more of the red team meeting up. That is way too big. I'm sorry. That is way too big. Yeah, they're moving up the coastal line, and it looks just like that. So you finally have the yellow team being like, you know what? I don't really want to be in this war. So since they peaced out, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly drop the peace treaty. I'm not gonna skip it, but you have Turkey gaining this land. They gain all of this. Oh, that is not good. But they gain that from yeah, they gain that, which isn't really good for the orange team. But they do have a connection pretty much right now to it. You have quite a big chunk being released, like an entire country, and then yeah. So you have a country being released, and then yeah, this just is a puppet of the red team. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this an even darker red. There we go. So you now have a puppet for the red team. They might just fall over to Germany or Romania, depends. But Romania also has to get land because they feel like that's not really fair. So they try to reach out all the way out to here, and they do end up getting it, but it does just move across the border. But they get that. And I'm going to just color in a part of the red team. Like I'm just gonna color in the part that has to be demilitarized, and it's a part of the peace treaty. So nothing of Russia has to be demilitarized. I'm just gonna tell you that now. But parts around here has to be demilitarized. So it looks like that. And all over here, like that. Yeah. So now it's not looking so good for that guy, but yeah. This guy ain't gonna be lasting that much longer because the red team is close, but they can't really reach them anymore. So they might be, they might not be, probably won't, because they're too busy up here. But time for more land to Romania and Germany. You finally have Germany getting back this. Get back that. Germans get to keep their land. You have the Russians losing land from here down to here. Yep, like this. I'm gonna do something like that. There we go. You have a very massive portion of just a really big part. It goes over to these guys, and you finally have Romania saying, you know what, Germany, you can have this land. So they finally give up that little piece of land right there, because honestly that land is just too expensive for them to keep under control. But the Germans, they are like the main power, one of the main power sources of the red team. And Germany says, you know what, honestly, if you can't hang on to that for that much longer, I will take it. And they say, you know what, why not? But you do still have some Russian troops out here. And once again, I'm just going to quickly trace the border of this. They did expand some more during the war, so that's why it's a little bit bigger. These Russian troops state that they're gonna stay here because well, they don't want to leave their country behind, or the USSR behind, because, well, honestly, a lot of people would want to, but yeah, that doesn't go so well for those troops. They aren't invading, they're just saying that, like, this is our land, please just let us keep this. And so it's just a border dispute, but not really at the same time. It is, but it isn't. It's strange. You do have them taking out a little bit of troops, but they say, at least back away from there. They say, fine. So those troops are going to be getting to stay out. This actually isn't final, so I'm going to keep that yellow. Because the Germans don't really know if they want that or not. But for now, oh, sorry for that voice crack. But the yellow team is forced to collapse, and that is when the red team, and that's when they say, you know what? Germany says, you know what? I will take it. So all things are official. They can't ask for more land or any more money, because the money that they are asking for is already so much that it's gonna put not Russia into crippling debt, because they left that alliance. Yep, you heard that right. The Yellow Alliance is still around. Russia's just not part of it no more. That is also a part of Russia. But yeah, you finally have these guys ending the war, the massive war, and honestly, Europe will probably finally non-recognizable. Like, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly drop that peace treaty, and I will see you guys in a second. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the peace treaty right now. So you have a puppet state being formed in the middle of the Green Alliance because for the red team, because of there was a lot of troops stationed out here, and the troops said, we don't want to go home, we just want to stay here. So also you have a northern Croatia and a you have a northern Croatia and a southern Croatia. Just more west and east, but meh. So the green team is still around, but it's just a lot more weak. And same with the orange, as you can see, because you have the orange team losing 2 more members and a member up there. So you now have, like I said, Russia left the alliance, but you have Germany, not Germany, Turkey gaining all of this land, past that land, I believe. You have this little puppet state gets to stay, and you have Germany gaining some land up here, but losing a tad bit of land from here, and gaining a little bit of land right there, and yeah. So you also have Russia leaving that alliance, so the Yellow Alliance, like I said. But yeah, you now have a very powerful red team, and they are controlling Europe just like they have been for the past 100 years. So I hope you know that it is now 30, like the year 30. So you now have a very strong Germany, very weak yellow team, and the red team does not seem like it's going to be collapsing anytime soon, because the way that they invade is smart. So how they invade is they know what they can and cannot do. Like the French, they could not do, but they couldn't let Italy get away with that, so they did it anyways, and now they are just holding on to it as well as they can. The land that they took from the Green Alliance, well, that Green unification is also very smart because that's mostly Germans right now. And also, the land that they took is also pretty much just German land. And so the Germans did really smart. And same with the Romanians and same with the Turkish. So, yeah. Their plan is to, so like how they get hold of it is like throw as many people as they can into that country that they're about to invade, and then they go ahead and invade. So if you see a whole bunch of Germans coming to your country, then you probably know that it's either camping season or you're about to be invaded. So most countries have stopped letting Germans into their countries, but yeah. So that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.